What is up, everybody? This is Eric, the one and only Bear Collector, and today I will be reviewing the PS1 DualShock controller. Well, not quite reviewing the controller, but in order for me to review the game that I'm about to review, I need to kind of go back a little bit to when this controller came out. Now, the DualShock controller for the PlayStation 1 came out around November of 1997, and it was like an enhancement of the original PlayStation 1 controller. I can't even talk. It introduced vibrating features and the extra thumbsticks to the controller. You could say it was kind of like a rival to the Nintendo 64 controller, because the Nintendo 64 controller offered a rumble pack feature, but you needed to put like an extra cart or something in there to make it rumble. However, the PlayStation 1 was mostly, it was built into the controller. Several games were made to be compatible with this controller. Some games worked with the dual sticks and whatnot, aside from the regular cross controller. And it kind of, you want to say that this controller revolutionized the future in gaming, because even to this day, this controller, a lot of controllers from different systems mimic this style. The Xbox One has a similar style with difference, slight differences. The new PS5 controller is a little different than its great granddaddy, which is this one, I believe, or great great granddaddy, or whatever you want to call it, of this controller. PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 kept similar designs. PlayStation 4 changed a little bit, and the PlayStation 5 it changed as well. But you could say this was a revolutionary controller. However, games for this particular controller were used. You could use this controller, use the original PlayStation 1 without the thumbsticks and the rumble feature. But there was one game that was released that you had to play it with this controller. And this game that I'm about to refer to and review is one of my favorite games for the PS1, and that is Ape Escape. Now, this game came out in June of 1999 by Sony, and it is a game that required the full functionality required the use of this controller, because the functionality of it, you had to use this controller. I'll go over more of the theme of the game in a little bit, but let's talk about this game. The game came out in June of 1999, and basically, the whole game is about a monkey named Spectre, who gets one of these helmets that makes him intelligent. There's this professor that invents gadgets, had invented a time machine, and had a bunch of monkeys that would help him around, and he would use these to control them. But then Spectre gained intelligence by getting one of these helmets, and he took all the monkeys and went back in time through different time periods and wreaked havoc. Now the professor called upon our hero Spike out to go get these pesky monkeys from different time periods and bring them back to the present. Really fun game. It is a 3D platformer, and control wise, the game requires you to use different gadgets to stun the monkeys, get them, different techniques. There's a net. There is a lot of different, like an RC car. There's a lot of different gadgets that you can use to get these little pesky guys. And this is where the controller comes in, because the controller, sorry, Mokona, we'll use you as a holder. You use the controller. For example, this moves Spike around. This is to use the weapons actually in different directions. If you thrust it, you get, like, for example, the net, you go whoosh, you thrust it, and then if you hold it gently, it'll hold the net down. These buttons are used to change different gadgets. There's many gadgets, and each one is assigned to do that. One of these L buttons or R buttons trigger a jump. crouch, you press and hold it. So you need this controller in order to play that game. Cannot play with a regular PlayStation 1 controller. The game offers different locations and time where you go capture these monkeys. And in each level, you capture a set amount of monkeys. Of course, there's more, but some of those monkeys are out of reach, so you would have to come back later to complete, to get like the whole 100% of completion of the level. And yeah, and this game was one of those games that I thought it was fantastic when it came out. Controls are, to me, they've always felt smooth. They've always felt comfortable when I play the game. And like I said, this is one of those games that I've played several times before in the past, and I've had a lot of fun doing so. The game, I should have considered this game a game too expensive to own. A complete copy will cost you a lot of money as of the making of this video. However, you can get loose copies, and they can go for about 15 to 20 bucks to the mid 30s to more than that. When you get a complete copy, especially the black label original one. There's a greatest hits one. You know, greatest hits tends to go a little cheaper, but some games do, some games don't. I don't know. But I am not going to label it as a game too expensive to own, because you can get a copy for a decent price. Now, the game does, this game has a series. There's Ape Escape 2, Ape Escape 3, and those both came out in the PlayStation 2. Amongst other games that came out in the PSP, there's a remake of it for the PSP, as well as some other, like a party game called Ape Escape Academy. Ape Escape on the Loose is the remake of it. And then there's this one, Ape Escape Quest. That one's a little different. You control the monkeys on Quest. I played a little bit of it, but it got really convoluted for me. But going through the main series, which is Ape Escape 1, 2, and 3, all games are fun. 2 and 3 are stories for another day. But this is the one that's the bread and butter for this series. Now, please excuse me, the gameplay of the game, I did use an emulator. The emulator was giving me problems because since you needed these DualShock controllers, kind of like, you know, the camera angles get a little dizzy. So I truly apologize. I try my best to play it so I can show you a little bit of the gameplay of the game. So I apologize ahead of time. All in all, if you guys see this game out on the wild, get it. It's a fun game. It's also available on the PSN, on the PlayStation Network and whatnot, I believe. So, and it's worth getting. It's a fun game. Makes use of the controller. So anyways, hope you guys enjoy the gameplay footage of the game. I truly apologize for the, you know, the gameplay. I try my best. Shouldn't be that bad, but still could have been better. But it is what it is, just to show you guys a little bit of gameplay footage. Anyways, this has been Eric, the one and only Bear Collector. You guys take care. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Spike, did the professor finish the time station yet? Are we gonna get to go back in time?
He said he'd be finished with it today. Let's go.
I can't wait to check out the dinosaurs. And what about the future?
Yeah, we'll keep talking because I'm going first.
That's not fair. Hey, wait up.
You better hurry up. I'll see you there.
Hey, Professor! Spike, Jake, over here, watch out!
Spike, the time station!
No, run you two! It works. It actually works. We did it, Natalie. We did it. The time station is complete.
We don't have time for celebrating. We've got to do something.
Spike, can you hear me? You must listen carefully. Something awful has happened. There's been an accident. The time station has been activated by Spectre and you're being transported back in time. You'll soon arrive in the lost land when dinosaurs roam the Earth. Spectre has sent the apes back in time to try to change the course of history. His plans for world domination have begun. And if we don't stop the apes, history will be changed forever. You're our only chance. Two of my gadget inventions, the Stun Club and the Time Net, were also caught in the transport. I want you to use them to catch the apes and send them back here. The Stun Club can be used to defend yourself against attackers. And when you use it on the apes, they'll be stunned. And you'll have an extra second to catch them with the Time Net. There isn't time for any monkey business, Spike. Our fate is in your hands. We're depending on you. Be careful.
Let's go! Gotcha! Ow! Ow! Yeah! 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 Ow! 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 Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Gotcha! Yes!
You did great. Look what I've got! A new gadget! Check it out!
This is the water net. Use it when you're underwater. I equipped it with an oxygen meter. I'm sending the new gadget over to you right now. Try it out in the training room. Without training, it will be too dangerous for you to continue on to the next area. Well, good luck and be...
Let's go!
Yeah!
Let's go!
Ow! Ow! Yeah!
Yeah.
Yes!
You did great.